Okay, guys, hello. I'm Mr. Khor and I specialize in teaching SPM Biology. So today we'll be looking at SBP Biology 2022, paper 2. Okay, let's get started. Guys, let's get started. So the first question is from Form 5 chapter. The first question is from Form 5 chapter 4. Okay, Form 5 chapter 4, because you can see xylem, you can see phloem. All right, so this is from Form 5 chapter 4. Now, the first part, they ask you to label tissue R, guys. The first part, they ask you to label tissue R. So if you can see, tissue R is actually xylem. Tissue R is actually xylem. Okay, while tissue S is obviously phloem, but the thing is we need to, guys, we need to label these two specifically. You can write sieve tube and companion cell. Even if you write sieve tube element, it's perfectly fine. Okay, and in chapter 4, we learn how they are adapted to its function. They are adapted to the function, means how are they efficient in carrying out that specific function. So normally, guys, I always tell my students Q is like someone who is looking for a companion. Okay, companion cell to me is very well named, because companion is someone who would give you whatever you need unconditionally. Okay, so here in this case, the companion cell supply energy. Okay, it contains mitochondria and supply energy for active transport to occur. Guys, you can take note, draw 1 star. Or if you want to be a bit more general, you say Q supply requirements. Q supply requirements needed by P. An example would be energy lah. Example be energy. Okay. Now next, moving on, is quite a popular form of experiment, and this has been repeated quite a bit lah for the past, I think, 5 to 8 years. So this long experiment is talking about the darkened area, which ultimately refers to phloem. Guys, the reason is because let's say, okay, because carbon 14, so CO2 and water, we get C6H12O6. Oxygen, the new syllabus KSSM, they want water as well. So persoalannya, the debate is, where did this end up? This is the only carbon. Guys, look at the products. This is the only carbon, and this is found in phloem. This is transported by phloem, guys. All right, so yeah, easy 1 mark, easy 1 mark. If you have attempted a lot of trial papers, definitely 100% you have encountered this before. If you haven't encountered this before, means you still need to try more papers. All right. Even objective also got objective. Okay, guys, next one is from Form 4. Form 4, this is chapter 4. Form 4, chapter 4, because glucose and galactose will actually form lactose and water. Okay, explain the formation, guys. Ever since the year 2016 or 17, there has been a rise in popularity in terms of this type of question. It's free marks, guys. I always tell students, these are free marks, because all you have to do is to state. Okay, coming back to just now, this you have to state how many P, how many galactose, you get 1 mark. Process 1 mark. How many R, how many water, you get another mark. Guys, so condensation process is 1 mark. 1 P combined with 1 galactose to form 1 R, removing 1 water molecule. Actually, the number is quite important. You must have 1, 1, 1. Okay. And guys, B is a little bit of K but. So a baby is having diarrhea, lausai, and vomiting, like muntah lah. Okay, after drinking milk that contain R. Okay. So this is whereby we say, because have you heard of lactose intolerance? It's because the body don't have lactase. No lactase to break down the lactose, and that is why the symptom. So honestly, if you just put lactose intolerance, it's also 1 mark. Okay, lactose intolerance is already 1 mark. Then any one more would straight away contribute another 1 more point. Yep. Okay, guys. Question number 3 is from Form 5, Chapter 10. Guys, question 3 is from Form 5, Bab 10. So I'll just write here, Form 5, Bab 10. What is the phenomenon? Guys, acid rain, very obvious. This is super duper obvious. Super duper obvious. How did this happen? Good news, just copy here. Okay, nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide release will react with water vapor to form nitric acid and sulfuric acid. The key is to not use back the formulae, but instead write down the name properly lah. So you must make sure you write react with water vapor, form this or this. Because both are acid, it comes down in the form of acid rain. And guys, draw 2 stars. Normally acid rain, they'll follow up. What happens to animals and plants on land? What happens to animals and plants in water? Guys, 2 different questions. How does it affect animals and plants on the land? Another one in water, aquatic life. So this one is aquatic. So pH of water would drop because acid means the pH should be lower than 7, depending how acidic. This is definitely not suitable. This is definitely not suitable. Okay, plants can die, and then fish population will drop as well. Okay, and the last one is 3 marks. Okay, this one even I think Form 1 can answer. I think Form 1 also can answer this one. Okay, guys, if you need to, you can pause and copy. If you need to, you can pause and copy. But to me, okay, for this again, I would definitely write 1, 5, 3, and then if you really want 1 more, this one. 4 is not too desirable as an answer. Okay. Okay, number 4, guys. Question 4 is from Form 4, Bab 9. Form 4, Bab 9. The adaptation of P. Guys, the adaptation of P. This is a villus. Okay, this is a villus. Many adaptation. Okay, many microvilli, large surface area, 1 cell thick. We start 1 cell thick lah. Villus, the epithelial layer is 1 cell thick, so that it's easier for nutrient to be absorbed. Many microvilli, okay, large surface area. All right, and guys, Q is lacteal. Q is lacteal. Lacteal, if you remember, they need you to know that lacteal it absorbs glycerol, fatty acid, or vitamin A. Okay. Okay, next. Explain the effect of this situation on the absorption process. So what happened was what happened is inflammation at point R. Okay, so if there's inflammation, normally we say first point, peristalsis will be slower. Peristalsis will be slower. Yeah, water, mineral salts will be less absorbed. Therefore, metabolic byproducts will be lesser or not absorbed. Okay. And guys, the next question, which is C, is from, if I'm not mistaken, because very memorable. My students keep asking me why I gave back then such a disgusting question. It's from MRSM 2017. Okay. So they ask why the situation in 4.2b occur compared to 4.2a. Why is it hard? One of the reasons is because lack of water intake. Lack of water intake, lack of dietary fiber. Okay. Yeah, peristaltic action slower, less water absorption at 4.2b. Hey, no, should be more, correct. More is correct. Okay, more water absorption at 4.2b. Okay, meaning more water means or I think a better way to put it is the subject, the person is dehydrated or did not drink sufficient water because when you don't drink enough water, guys, because when you don't drink enough water, the reabsorption is higher. Okay, form 4 bab 13, guys, form 4 bab 13. Okay, so you can take note, guys, you can draw one star for this. You can draw one star for this. Then as for question number 5 is from form 4 bab 12. Guys, form 4 bab 12, coordination and response. Okay, name receptor X. Very easy. Receptor X, because we are talking about regulation of partial pressure of CO2. This is carried out by chemoreceptors. Chemoreceptors in the breathing center, we call it central chemoreceptors. Guys, revision, there are two types, central and peripheral. Central and peripheral. Peripheral is found in aortic body and carotid body. X detect a change in concentration of hydrogen ion. The first one will be the best. Okay, the first one will be the best. Okay, still quite straightforward so far. Okay, C. Oh, B. Label the medulla. Guys, label the medulla. So medulla is right after. Medulla is right after. Oh no, medulla is here lah. Actually, you can just label. You can just label. Actually, this whole thing is the medulla. You can just label medulla oblongata. Okay. Now, individual J is competing. Explain role of X. Guys, competing in running athletics. So therefore, if the person run, CO2 will be higher, pH will drop, and this will be detected by chemoreceptors. Impulses sent to the this center lah, use back this term. Again, guys, so when the individual J is competing, there's a higher concentration of CO2, or you can use the word partial pressure. In exam, whether you use partial pressure or concentration, they are not too strict lah. They're not too strict. Okay, so pH decrease. This stimulates the respiratory center in medulla. Okay. Guys, you can draw one star for C. You can draw one star for C, as well as donkey. Now, there are many answers for this question, guys. So blood pressure and also regulation of partial pressure of CO2. Many similarities. I'll just show you all. Okay. Both involve negative feedback. Yeah. Both is the regulation. Homeostasis, correct. Homeostasis is all about bringing it back to that constant or normal state. Why? Because this is so that body cells can function. Body cells can function optimally. Body cells can function optimally. Okay, guys, question 6. Now, for question 6 here, we are dealing with compensation point, and that is straight away the answer. That is straight away the answer. But yeah, correct. X is compensation point. Guys, X is compensation point. So compensation point is from chapter, this is which idea? Not 1, not 2, not 3. I think it's chapter 4. Yeah, chapter 4. Okay. Next, what happens at X? Oh, so normally we say that, guys, at compensation point, rate of photosynthesis is equal to rate of respiration. Now, photosynthesis release oxygen. All will be used for respiration. This one release CO2, guys, all used for photosynthesis. 1 mark, 2 marks, 3 marks. Okay, so there's no excess. Predict effect of plant growth if it remains at X for a long period of time. If remain at X a long period of time, it's not a good thing, guys, because it's better to be positioned here. It's better to be positioned on top. Okay, on top. So we say that growth rate is constant, no production of fruits or seed, new flower, or less crop yield. Okay, this one you can draw 2 stars because it's a prediction question, guys. It's a prediction question. Okay, compare S and R. This is super simple, guys. It's everything opposite lah. Because here, the part below X, okay, guys, the part below X, we call it S, correct? We call it S, correct? So this is R, correct? So here photosynthesis is lower than respiration. Here photosynthesis is higher than respiration. So because here respiration higher, so there's more CO2 produced. Here, because photosynthesis higher, more oxygen produced. Here use up glucose. Okay, here will be produce the glucose. Okay, any two lah, any two. These 3 are not bad. These 3 are not bad. Guys, question 7. Okay, question 7. Stage P is obviously metaphase 1. Okay, I always call this the dating phase. The dating phase. Yeah. Okay. The type is meiosis 1. You cannot write meiosis 2. Guys, you can write meiosis 1 or you can just write meiosis, but you cannot write meiosis 2. Okay, because meiosis 2 is completely different. The diagram is completely different. I can see reject meiosis 2. Guys, importance of P. Prophase 1, normally their focus is always crossing over. Crossing over is important to produce variation. Okay, produce variation. This first point is enough. Guys, this first point is enough. Okay. Exposure to X-ray does not separate, then this is chromosomal mutation. Okay. So this situation causes a pair not to be separated. So guys, when you copy this, so what you can probably draw is, let me see the diagram again. So because they have like Did they leave? Oh, pair M. Okay. I saw it already. I saw it. Okay, so one should have the bigger bigger chromosome. Okay, both sides have the big chromosome, but the pair is here. Where is the pair is here? By right, one should be here, right? But now both one side. Okay. A woman with cancer. Wow. Okay, a woman with cancer and then undergone radiotherapy. Wow, this is bad. Gave birth to a Down syndrome. So this is because we call it non-disjunction, means chromosome fail to separate. Okay. Radiation causes abnormality. Spindle fiber cannot be produced. Homologous chromosome fail to function, fail to be separated. We call it non-disjunction. Okay. Abnormal number, so they have trisomy 21. Means extra one chromosome at 21. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys, looking at the last structure, so this question 8 is from Form 5, Chapter 9. Now, state the niche of the fox. You can say the fox is to eat the rabbit. Niche means role in the environment. Peranan dalam alam sekitar. So, eat the rabbit. Eat the rabbit. Or it's a predator, can also. Either one is okay. Yeah. 80,000 kilojoule. First tropic level, second, third. So we need to times 3 times kilojoule 8,000. Second, third tropic level. So once we reach here is 8 to 3. Second, third. 8,000. 8,800. Yeah, you should just use, guys, you should just use 8,000. I think you need to times 3 times, guys, because third tropic level. Oh, anyway, 80,000. Because each time it goes up is only 10%. 10% maintain. So here, wait, let me check. It will be 8,000. 880. First, second, third tropic level. Yeah, first, second, third tropic level. So you should get 80. Okay, one similarity between rabbit and fox, every time 10% transferred to a higher tropic level. 10% transferred to a higher tropic level. Okay. Okay, guys, process X and Y. So process X is the composition process of breaking down. Whereas Y is nitrification. Okay. So you can explain what decomposition is, what nitrification is, involve what bacteria. Guys, involve what bacteria? Okay. You can pause and copy here, guys. This is a bit long. This is a bit long. Now, in Australia, rabbit is a pest. Is it? They destroy and affect agricultural fields. So one method is biological method. Okay, sounds funny, but we rear snakes. Or even eagle is better lah. This is a natural predator and do not pollute the environment. Okay, this is much better, but not this a bit common now, guys. You can write K but little bit of K but, right? So this is these are the structure questions, guys. You need to move on to the next lesson to watch the essay one. Okay, okay, guys. I'll see you then, right, in the next one. Okay, so let's move on to the next part of this paper. The next part meaning essays. Next one meaning essays. So I'll discuss question 9, 10. I'll tell you which one is a slightly better choice if there is such an obvious selection. And we'll go through question 11 as well. Now, question 9 is from plant reproduction topic, meaning Form 5, Chapter 6. Guys, Form 5, Chapter 6. So you can see that microspore mother cell undergo meiosis to form tetrad, and then process Y to form structure M. Now, process Y is mitosis. Process Y is mitosis, and quite obvious, you can see the nucleus divide to form two nuclei. One is generative nucleus, one is tube nucleus. And guys, don't forget to tackle this question as well. What is the importance of mitosis? The answer is always to maintain the same number of chromosomes. Because coming back to a very basic stuff, guys, when something undergo mitosis, let's say our body cell got 46 chromosomes. After mitosis, it is still the same. Guys, after mitosis, it is still exactly the same. Okay, next, compare 9.1 and 9.2, meaning compare formation, pollen grain, and also embryo sac. Okay, and also embryo sac. Similarities, both got mitosis, both got meiosis. Okay, both got mitosis, both got meiosis, but the answer scheme also accept both produce gametes. Both produce gametes. But I think the first two would be suffice. The first two would be suffice. In terms of differences, okay, in terms of differences, there's quite a number to talk about. Guys, I'll straight away compare for you. So there's this table here. The first one is to form pollen grain. Okay, I'll highlight the keywords. So the first one is whereby pollen grain is formed. Okay, so on the right would be embryo sac. So to form pollen grain, we need pollen mother cell. To form embryo sac, we need embryo sac mother cell. Now, guys, location-wise, this formation of pollen occurs in the anther, while embryo sac occur in ovule. They don't accept ovary. Because ovule is more specific. Ovule is more specific. Okay, developed in pollen sac. This one nucellus. Okay, we get 4 microspores first, on the right megaspore. And if you remember, each tetrad forms, I think this would be better. I think this would be much better. Each tetrad develop, this is not so good. You can straight away say 4 pollen grains are formed. Whereas Whereas here, out of the 4, 3 will degenerate because we just want it to be haploid. Guys, because we just want it to be haploid. So I don't understand why megaspore, why the megaspore, okay, the 4 that are produced, 3 degenerate. Aren't they the same? Yeah, but the reason is because you want it to be haploid. Haploid means N. So 3 will degenerate, the remaining 1 develop. Okay. Mitosis once, but for embryo sac formation, mitosis 3 times. Okay, state how many and also, guys, state how many and also label them. So here you can select, I would say any 8, any 8. But frankly, for comparison, hold on, let me double check. Yeah, for comparison, I think 10 marks is a bit heavy for some of you. But if you are familiar with the process, I think should not be any issue getting 8 out of 10. To me, guys, it's not about scoring full, but trying to minimize mistakes and getting as many points. Because sometimes students are not, students have to be more, what's the word, realistic, as in, yes, it's 10 marks, but we are sometimes not expecting you to get full. Getting 8 out of 10 is already an 80% win. Okay. Okay, guys, and for question C, now for question C here, hold on, let me look at question 10. Oh, question 10. I think I want to talk about this first, guys. I think that question 10 is a much better question for most of you, not all of you. It's not that I say question 10 is slightly better, then it should be slightly better for everyone. For some of you, maybe you still prefer this topic, guys. It's just it's sometimes a personal preference. Okay, so Incheck K, Mr. K planted strawberry, and that causes decreasing, natural pollination. Okay, natural pollination. Based on the characteristic, guys, talk about pollinating agent and also the effect. So pollinating agent can be like bees, insects, and so on. Okay, because flower, they usually have a scent, a very nice scent to attract all these insects. And normally after we say that it's able to attract them, we mention the flower they have both the male and female organs. Yeah, you can say bisexual, or you can straight say they have both the male and female organs. Okay. Another name is this hermaphrodite, guys. Hermaphrodite means have both the male and also female organ. Okay. Okay, as for the effect of decreasing natural pollination, the keyword is decreasing. Less pollination, less fruits. Less fruits, less products, less pollen grain being transferred, less double fertilization. All right. So guys, I think this particular question might be a little bit challenging for some of you if your concept of pollination is not so strong from lower secondary science, Form 1 to Form 3, because you all did learn last time. But in bio, we just learn self and cross-pollination. We don't touch on that further. Okay, guys, you can pause and copy. I need to move on to question 10 for those who have completed. Now, question 10 is from Form 4, Chapter 12. Form 4, Chapter 12, okay, nervous system X and Y. Guys, nervous system X and Y. One is somatic, one is autonomic. but they didn't ask you the name, they asked the function. So be very careful. So X here, X and Y, okay, guys, you can say X control voluntary action. Or, okay, depends on how you, in short, right, if you write one is voluntary, the other one is involuntary. It has to always be terbalik. Okay, it has to be opposite. Cannot be the same. Cannot be the same. Okay, for B, guys, B is to do with blood glucose level, the regulation. Guys, this is to do with regulation of blood glucose. Okay, straight to the point. What happens to the blood sugar if removing part of the pancreas? Common sense will tell you, removing part of the pancreas, there'll be less insulin. Okay, you'll be using the word less a lot frequent. Less insulin, less excess glucose, less excess glucose converted. Okay, this may cause diabetes mellitus. The symptom, not only insulin, guys, what's the other hormone that is being secreted when there's a drop? Glucagon, less glucagon. Okay, less glucagon, less conversion, glycogen, okay, hypoglycemia, and then the symptom. So maybe what you can do is, for exam purposes, you can take note of the symptom. So I draw one star here. Symptom for less insulin, symptom for less glucagon. Because guys, no point of you to do essay if you're not going to take note of certain important things. Okay. And for question C, it's long time coming lah. Question C, meaning memang have to know one. I think because this is 2022, right, guys? I think there are 2-3 sets in 2022, 2-3 trial paper sets whereby they did ask comparison endocrine and nervous system. Okay, both have target organs. They respond to a stimulus, okay, and mainly to regulate activities. This one you can draw 2 stars or 3 stars. 3 stars. Then for comparison, okay, I'll show you the whole thing first. So one is, okay, because in the question, guys, they didn't really label what is P, what is Q. You get marks by saying endocrine and nervous system. You get marks by saying endocrine and nervous system. Explain what is endocrine, explain what is nervous system. Okay, so this one hormone, this one impulses. Hormone is a chemical, impulse is electrical. Okay, using blood, this one is neurons. Duration long, short duration. Slow response, this one quick. Okay. So guys, because in front you have a few, probably seven here will be sufficient. You can don't copy 2 which you think are not so suitable for you. And coming to the favorite, so just to conclude, I think question 10 will be easier to answer compared to question 9, because question 9 they ask about pollination, which some of you may forget from Form 1 to Form 3. Okay. Okay, so question 11, guys, my favorite topic, Form 5 chapter 11, inheritance. Yeah, when I say this, sometimes students will purposely ask, I thought reproduction is your favorite topic. Okay, so step 1, make sure you have the key. This is what we call the key. Step 2, parent. Guys, parent, heterozygote male, heterozygote female, but the gender is not too important. The gender is not too important because this is not sex-linked. Sex-linked means like color blindness, hemophilia, the sex matter. Okay. Oh, this one lari. Big L, small l, cross with big L, small l. Oh, this lari. Yeah. Okay, I think I'll make a very slight adjustment. Guys, I think I'll make a very slight adjustment. Okay, done. So again, guys, we start with the key. Parent heterozygote. Then big L, small l. We split them in order to form the gamete. Guys, one very important note, don't forget to circle the gametes. Whenever got gametes, you must circle. Fertilization. Okay, make sure you write meiosis, fertilization. Then from here, you should be able to conclude 3-1. Okay, 3-1. You can see 3-1. Okay, so this is monohybrid. Guys, this is monohybrid. So they ask you what inheritance is this? You can tell them straight. This is monohybrid inheritance. What's monohybrid inheritance? Guys, let's say we talk about height. Big T is tall. Big T, small t is tall. Small t is dwarf. So what is monohybrid inheritance? The characteristic is determined by a pair of alleles. And during gamete formation, this pair will separate. Okay. Draw 2 stars. Make sure you memorize Mendel's first law, Mendel's second law. Have to memorize both. Guys, have to memorize both. Okay, next, albino. So guys, if you need to, you can always pause and copy. Okay, so here we're looking at albinism, still not a sex-linked disease. In fact, albino is a gene mutation. Albino is a gene mutation whereby it has undergone base deletion. If you haven't reached this topic, you might not understand what is base deletion. One of it missing. One of it is missing. So those who have albino, they don't have or have very little melanin pigment, and they are very sensitive to light, very sensitive to sunlight, can easily get sunburn. Okay, their skin can easily get sunburn. Okay, let's look at the question. Benefits to wear long sleeve shirt and what, even dark glasses. Benefits of the advice. Okay, so guys, we can write what I just told you. So it's due to a gene mutation whereby the gene has undergone base deletion. Okay, so there will be 2 recessive allele, less melanin pigment, very sensitive to UV light. By wearing long sleeve shirt and dark glasses, the person is able to avoid sunburn, skin problems. Okay. Now, as for the next question, why skin color Miss X and Y is different? Guys, because they are fraternal twin. Because they are fraternal twin. Okay, which means they're from different sperm and ovum. Which means they're from different sperm and ovum. Wow, got follow-up question. Okay, so Miss X decided to get married. How to get a normal kid? So very simple, guys. Similar to hemophilia, the main point is not to marry someone who have this recessive allele. Okay, if marry someone with recessive allele, then it will be 100% it'll be 100% albino. All the kids will be albino. Not easy. Okay, just to show you the schematic diagram. So you can see when both are albino, meaning all are recessive, confirm during gamete, there will be one recessive allele each from the respective parents. So 100% will get an albino kid. That's 100% will get an albino kid. Okay. So there are, why I put suggestion 1 here is because there are a few answers that you can give. You can say do not marry albino individual or even carrier. But if you write carrier, then you have to cross big A, small a, cross with big A, because this is carrier. Then there'll be a 50% chance. Guys, can also, this other answer can also. Okay. So if you ask me, I would say this is quite, because throughout the years, inheritance has been getting easier and easier. So I would consider this, let's say 4 out of 10. Or maximum 5 out of 10 in terms of how tough it is for this essay, inheritance essay. Okay. Okay, guys. So we will stop here today. I'll see you in the next set. Yeah, take care. Good luck. All right.